So now I'd like to introduce Chris Woodfield, who will be presenting the Hackathon recap. Chris is the chair of the NANOG Hackathon Committee and the secretary of the program committee. And joining him is Kang Xi from Meta, right? Okay, over there. Welcome, Chris and Kang, to the stage.
Hello. Thank you. Sorry. Hi. Thank you. I'm not used to seeing this many people in the room on a Wednesday afternoon, so. But I like the jokes you make, you know, the heckling. So please stay around and keep this presentation interesting. So I'm here to recap the hackathon, which has been a regular event at NANOG since 2016, I think. And I would just share how we did things this time and what the results are. First off, I would like to extend my unending gratitude to our sponsors at Meta. Kang and his team were instrumental in making this the success that it was. There was the sponsorship, there was the expertise, there were mentors that they provided to help out with the teams, and just, you know, the cooperation was amazing. I'm extremely grateful and thank you. Along with that, I want to call out our in-kind sponsors. These are organizations that contributed expertise or free access to their product for us, licenses and et cetera. So I want to thank Container Labs, CTFD, and Juniper Networks. We also had a list of technologies that we use. These are all free or open source products that we made use of for the hackathon and the challenges. InfraHub, GraphQL, Routeinator, Nautabot, Arista's CEOS lab environment, which is a containerized version of their EOS operating system that many of you know and love, or not. GoBGP as well. So if you are working on any of these or responsible for them, keep doing the good work, and thank you. And I would be extremely remiss if I didn't also thank my colleagues on the Hackathon committee. This was a big job, and they put in a huge amount of work to make this happen at every NANOG. And if you are on the Hackathon committee, if you wouldn't mind standing up, however many of you are here. Thank you all. I couldn't have done it without you. Also, if you're one of the Meta mentors, please stand up as well if you happen to be in the room. All right. Thank you. All right, appreciate it. Okay, so on to the show. So the hackathon is very much in the spirit of our educational mission. You know, the goal is to provide this experience so that we can share knowledge, foster new ideas, and help our participants learn and grow them skills. You know, push the skill set, help them challenge themselves, push themselves, learn new technologies, get better at what they do know, get deeper on the things they don't know, and generally just come out of this as better engineers, better people, better at cooperating, and just, you know, help people further on their careers and be better, happier engineers. So the format we've been using for the past hackathons, you may have seen this more if you've been in security conferences, but we have squished and modified it for our own use. It's a capture and flag format. We put the participants in teams, maximum of 3 participants in team to keep things small and focused, with a mentor for each team. Alongside our colleagues at Meta, the members of the Hackathon committee, we developed a series of network operations or automation challenges that we developed to solve, and then we award points for each of the solutions presented. So each challenge reveals a flag, and then when completed, that was used by the scoring system, CTFD, to award points to each of the teams. If a team got stuck, hints could be revealed in CTFD in the system, but at a cost. For revealing a hint, there is a penalty of reducing the point value of that challenge when it is completed. So first to finish them all doesn't necessarily result in the highest score if they've used a lot of hints to get there. So thanks to Meta again, we have prizes for the winning team this time. Pairs of the Ray-Ban Meta Wayfarer glasses. I've heard a lot about them and look forward to trying one myself at some point. So thanks again for providing these. So topics that we went over in this hackathon. There were challenges around network troubleshooting with ISIS over IPv6 and SRTE, and some unfortunate line wrapping there. A CDN network at scale challenge to troubleshoot a CDN network in a lab, as well as security incident management, RPKI routing security. That one got nicknamed Wildfire, as well as some API development, source of truth automation with REST and GraphQL queries. Getting started with InfraHub and crafting GraphQL queries in Nautobot. So each team got a virtualized network infrastructure. We built a number of topologies that the teams leveraged to solve real-world operational issues, and we built these using Container Lab, which is a powerful tool for network simulations. And by using containerized network operating systems, the aforementioned COS as well as Juniper CRPD, this allowed us to avoid nested virtualization, which means that we can deploy these in AWS and create an Amazon machine image that can be used to instantiate a lab for every participating team. We've been using that for a few years, and it's a very powerful, useful tool, and if you're not familiar with it, I highly recommend you check it out. So this is the first challenge that we went, a network troubleshooting setup, using again the SRv6 and ISIS. The teams were challenged to solve a number of networking challenges, fixing routing issues in an existing network topology, the aforementioned Container Lab topologies, enabling support for RSC 5549, which is routing IPv4 and NRLIs over IPv6 peerings and next hops, as well as enabling segment routing functionality and also configuring SR traffic engineering to selectively steer traffic through the virtualized network. The next set of challenges that we set up was Meta's contribution, the CDN at scale challenge, which was to configure a network topology for dual stack and ECMP using the BGP routing protocol. Then the challenge shifted to netconf polling and writing scripts to automate the netconf functionality by creating a working netconf script that allowed teams to solve the second part of this and then answering questions about the router configs. The next scenario was a challenge around GraphQL with Nautobot. GraphQL, if you're not familiar, allows for precise nested queries for source of truth elements, including in Nautobot's case, ports, cables, BGP peerings, and other records into a structured JSON response. And once you have that response, that can be leveraged to hydrate a Jinja 2 template to build a working device configuration. So the participants were challenged to create the right query that would feed the right info into the Jinja 2 template, and the resulting router config was the flag that allowed them to give points for that particular challenge. We also had a challenge around InfraHub. Teams learned the basics of standing up a local instance of InfraHub, and then they were tasked with loading a schema and syncing related source of truth data from the Naudibot server to pull that into InfraHub. From there, a transform was created using GraphQL and Jinja 2 to render interface configs, and then that transform could be added to a repository to generate the corresponding router configurations. And again, the correct router configurations amounted to the flag there. On to the last challenge in our series this time. We called this one Wildfire. The teams were hired in a simulated world as expert network configuration, engineering, and security consultants for a theoretical cloud computing company. They were told to assume the network was compromised and then challenged to assess the state of the network and resolve problems quickly. This required familiarization with routing algorithms, routing security, /RPKI, incident response, and a little bit of AI thrown in. This was an interesting one to see how the various teams tackled it. So on to our results. Again, we had 8 teams participating, and CTFT provides us with a nice handy leaderboard here that tells us exactly when each team scored points and the timeline around it. One thing I've noticed is that I'm very glad that most teams were able to give themselves a little bit of sleep. If you see that gap, that is the Monday night overnight to Tuesday morning. Looks like a couple worked pretty late, but most actually didn't stay up all night, which I'm happy for. No one should have to do that if they don't absolutely have to. We saw one team that actually finished the last challenge before lunch on Tuesday, which I don't think any of us were expecting, and we're really kind of impressed by. We had 2 more teams that continued to work through the day and got very, very close and very neck and neck, as you can see from the graph. And again, other teams, other teams did pretty well as well. So we could see the progress there. Again, really happy to see these results, and we didn't expect any of the teams to actually finish. So the fact that one did is kind of amazing. So with that, I would like to welcome the members of our first place competiting team, the Bad Gateway team. Joelle, Bailey, and Sheng, are you on stage? Are you in the room? All right. So at this point, I'll introduce Kang from Meta to say a few things and then hand out some wayfarers.
Thank you. I know at this moment people don't want me, just want to grab the prize, but I'll say a few words anyway, because shamelessness. This is a great event, a fantastic hackathon. Meta is very honored to sponsor it. Thanks a lot, NANOG, for the opportunity. At Meta, we believe in people first. Hackers, you are truly what matters to make this event spectacular. Your commitment, your passion, your domain knowledge, and your teamwork skills are very impressive. So it's a great pleasure to my colleagues and myself to work with you throughout the event. Finally, thanks a lot, and again, congratulations.
Thank you. Go ahead, hand them.
We're missing the mentor. Sarah? If you don't want a prize, I don't mind keeping it.
Yes. Here's
Is
our
there
mentor.
music or something that will give out the prize?
Yeah, go ahead and hand them out.
Congratulations.
And we can get a picture of them all on stage. That would be great. Thank you, our great photographers here. All right.
Congratulations.
That's all right. Thank you all. Congratulations. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yep. Am I not in there?
Yeah, there we are.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. And for the record, because I can't read my speaker notes, apparently, they finished the competition with 296 points out of a possible 300, which is, there we go. Thank you. So congratulations again. I would also like to congratulate our two runner-up teams that, as you saw in the graph, were pretty neck and neck at the end. The ECMP Advocates team finished with 258 points, and the Three Shots of Espresso team finished with 254 on the board, which both are impressive turnouts. Members of this team, if you're in the room, feel free to stand up. Are any of y'all here? There you are. Great work, everybody. Thank you. And just some great work from all the teams. And I went back to 4. Anybody else that was part of the competition? If you're still in the room, go ahead and stand up yourselves. So give yourselves a round of applause or get one from the rest. Anybody else here? All right. Thank you. All right. So that wraps up this recap, and I hope everybody had a great time, and we will see you at NANOG 95. Thank you. Thank you all. This is a really great event.
Well, question for Chris, or any question regarding Hackathon, I guess that's a good time to ask Chris, right? Yeah. Oh, please go ahead. Yeah.
Hello. Aaron Natach, Akamai, also Hackathon Committee. I as well just want to share my thanks with all the sponsors and the participants, the rest of the committee and NANOG as a whole for helping put this together. Shameless plug to fill out your surveys again. We really, really appreciate your feedback. And if anybody's willing in the room to come up possibly to the mic, we would love maybe some live audience participation here of if you came to NANOG for either the first time or you've been before, and were you aware the hackathon was going on during this conference? And if not, how can we help get the word out there more? If you knew about it and you still didn't participate, was it a timing issue? You just couldn't find effectively cycles to do the work? We would just in general love to hear from you of how can we get more people in this conference to participate in this activity? Thanks.
Thank you.
Adair from Internet 2, Program Committee Chair, yay. I was on stage doing the wrap-up last time, and I asked Aaron how many people participated in the hackathon last time, and he said 4, which was a little underwhelming. How many participated this time?
22.
Oh, did they all finish?
Well, you saw the leaderboard, so most of them kept working through the end and returned some pretty good results. So we're really happy with the participation this time. Yay. Engagement was really great. I was going into the room several times to check on. There were always people at tables working and asking questions and really learning a lot. And we had mentors in the room. We had our own people in the room to help out with. There's always the technical picadillos that come up. And I'm glad we were able to work through those. And I'm really happy with how things went this time. Yeah.
Hi, Tim Novacek, All Points Broadband. My question about the hackathon is, are the Docker containers or the container lab things, are those available off or like after the conference for maybe those of us who didn't have time to do it to participate at home and kind of work through the problems?
We've been discussing that. The main issue there is that some of those topologies have licenses that have been donated by some of the software vendors, and as such would be difficult to distribute more openly. But we can certainly talk about that and report back. Some of the topologies don't require licenses, and if that's the case, we might be able to go through and publish some of those. But that's the current state of things.
So I was not originally planning on participating in the hackathon, but I ended up joining, and I greatly appreciated how easy it was to participate and set up with those topologies. It was really, really easy to just dive right in. So anyone who is curious, I highly recommend it. It was very easy to join in.
Yeah, excellent. And I hope we have the capacity for more people next time too. So.
And just a quick comment, several of the participants are fresh out of college, undergrad and grad in network engineering, so they're competing against experts in the industry. So happy to see also that NANOG is extending the hand to students to participate as well. So
thank you. And a special mention to Jose, who did a lot of work to get the word out for this and get get many of those students into the hackathon to participate. So thank you very much.
Hi, Chris Wright, Bolcher. I'm a network engineer, and I would just like to offer a suggestion as a newcomer and a network engineer. When I hear the term hackathon, I think of needing to be a programming guru in order to participate. So I would suggest, if at all possible, include maybe high-level outline of the tasks set about us. Because seeing the tasks here now, I'm regretting not participating. Because a lot of this stuff is things that I know, right?
Okay.
So yeah, if at all possible,
Okay.
that would be a good suggestion that I would offer.
Yeah, point taken. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I'm already standing up, but he pretty much answered my question. My name is Eric Miller with Gigstream. I have a couple of DevOps engineers that I've been trying to get to come to the hackathon, and they've largely thought it was a networking conference and not a programming. So I don't know if it'd be possible to create a little bit more media on the NANOG website about what a hackathon is, if there's any previous things that we can share that would be help with PR.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Point taken.
Hi, I'm Chang from the University of Colorado Boulder. My professor invited me to come and also participate in the hackathon. I really enjoyed this conference as a newcomer and basically entirely new to network engineering itself. I really enjoyed the experience as a whole. As for the hackathon, I think being more open to students coming to this conference, maybe more media outreach can increase engagement for the hackathon, because I'm sure students are very interested in that aspect of this conference as well.
Yes.
So thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Any more questions? Okay.
If I can just quickly say, if there are other students in the room from other universities that are just coming to NANOG for the first time here in Colorado, we would love to speak with you, have potentially like internal contacts inside your university to reach out to and get broader outreach to students. It's generally a challenge actually getting into that market and getting attention. So we would love to hear from you. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay. I think that's it for questions. So.
Okay. Going once, twice. Okay. Thank you, Chris, for the wonderful hackathon report.
Thank you.
Yeah.